שלום כיתה, בשיעור הזה אנחנו נמשיך בל"ט מלאכות. השיעור הזה היא על 4 מלאכות האחרונות של סידורה דפת. לפני שאנחנו ממשיכים, אני רוצה לחזור קצת על מה שעשינו לפני כן. דיברנו על 3 השלבים של הפרדת החיטה מהפסולת. הסברנו את הדש, זורע ובורר, האופנים שונים איפה שהם היו מפרידים את האוכל או את הגרעינים של החיטה מן הפסולת, מן התבן שלא רצינו. אחרי שהם היו לוקחים את כל הגרעינים שהם רצו, עכשיו הם חייבים לעשות קמח. ואיך עושים קמח? עם המלאכה של טוחן. לטחון, או to grind באנגלית, זה לעשות טחינה, או פירוד, making crumbs, לחלקים דקים. זה אומר לקחת משהו ולפרר את זה, לטחן את זה, כדי לעשות את זה לחלקים דקים, to small thin pieces, יש המון אופנים של טחינה. לפני הרבה שנים הם היו משתמשים בדברים האלו, זה בעניין 2 אבנים, בתוכה, right here, שמים את הגרעינים וזה נופל לאמצע 2 האבנים, והם they grind it, הם טוחנים בעיגול לכמה שעות, עד שבתוך האבנים יש קמח. אז יש לי פה סרט קצרה שמסביר את זה.
That's where we get the expression from. This is the quern stone where they used to grind the corn. How did this work, Fiona?
Well, the barley grains go into the middle of the hole in the quern, and you turn it and rotate it. The 2 stones squash the grains together to make flour.
So is there flour beneath these 2 now?
There is.
Oh, amazing. And how long would you have to do this for?
It takes about 3 to 4 hours to produce enough flour to make bread for a family of 12.
So after you've done the 3 or 4 hours grinding, you can relax a bit by kneading the dough.
נדבר על זה עוד מעט, So, זה היה תיכון. יש עוד אופנים של טחינה. There are different מכונות, different types of machines today in which you can grind things. These are usually called mills. Over here we see a woman grinding just by rubbing a rock very hard against another rock in order to smash the kernels small enough to get the flour. Our הקשר למשכן היא אותו דבר לכל סידורה דפת. אנחנו מדברים פה על גידול הצמחים כדי לצבוע את היריעות. So in this case, instead of being טוחן גרעינים of חיטה, they would be טוחן things like plants, like smashing down the flowers of a marigold plant or smashing down the roots or petals of something until it became almost like a paste. And then they would mix that with water and boil it. When it comes to חיטה, הם היו עושים מזה קמח. ההלכה למעשה is אסור לחתוך ירק מן האדמה לחתיכות קטנות. So this type of very fine chopping or even smashing a vegetable, like for example garlic, to smash it and then to chop it into small pieces to make dressing or something like that, would be considered techina or tochen, grinding. So when you are preparing ochel b'Shabbat, chayavim להיות מאוד cautious that you're not chopping it too small. So it's kind of difficult to say, but it would be like if you were making something like Israeli salad, that would be too small and considered chopping. So you always want to be careful on Shabbat to not cut things too small. And of course to not use a garlic smasher or any type of tool whose job is to smash things into very small pieces. עוד הלכה שמאוד מעניין פה זה שאסור לקחת תרופה. Terufa means medicine. Now this is very general. Obviously, יש מקרים איפה שזה מאוד מאוד מותר לקחת תרופה. God forbid if it's something life-threatening, of course, and you need to take medicine. Or the opposite, אם זה משהו שזה כמו vitamin, which is not considered a medicine. You're a healthy person. למה? למה אסור לנו לקחת תרופה? כי לפני הרבה שנים הם היו עושים את התרופה בתוך דבר כזה. We call this a mortar and pestle. They would take the different herbs, because that's what medicines are made of, different roots and herbs, הם היו טוחנים אותה בתוך האבנים, ואז לוקחים את זה או במשקה או באוכל. or they would just swallow it whole. And זה הלכה שאסור לקחת תרופה בשבת בגלל שלפני הרבה שנים אם מישהו היה צריך תרופה הם היו צריכים לטחון את זה בשבת. Even if the terufa was made from before Shabbat, we didn't want the possibility that somebody might choose to go prepare for themselves more medicine on Shabbat. So in general, the general idea is we don't take terufa, but we could talk about more about this in class. Okay? אז אחרי שטוחנים את החיטה לעשות קמח, הם היו מרקדים או מרקד את הקמח, okay? Meraked is the last and final step of separation. Okay, it's called sifting באנגלית. הפרדת פסולת מאוכל על ידי נפה. The word napa means a sifter. להפריד את הפסולת, we spoke about that a few times, right? Taking out the bad things. אפילו אחרי שהם טחנו את כל החיטה לקמח, היו כמה חתיכות קטנות בתוכה שהם היו צריכים להסיר to take out from the kemach, and so they would put it through a fine sifter in order to remove those little grains that might have gotten in. So here we could see someone grinding and sifting wheat. Okay, so this is a different kind of grinder than the one that we saw previously. And we'll see that in a little while he's taking his freshly ground flour and he's going to sift it to make sure that there's no chunks left in there.
Wheat that's actually been milled. And you can shake it like this the old way, and shake and shake and shake. If you keep it all in, you have the whole meal.
Okay, so בשבת, או אנחנו יודעים כבר הקשר למשכן, right? לגדל צמחים כדי לצבוע יריות המשכן, או לגדל חיטה כדי לאפות לחם הפנים. Okay, so Meraked, I don't think that they would do it when it came to the tzva'im necessarily, but when it came to the chita, this was the next step אחרי Tochen. Halacha lema'aseh, we have two. Asur lenapot kemach, obviously you can't sift flour on Shabbat, which anyway you wouldn't be doing, bigla she'asur la'afot b'Shabbat, so why would you be sifting flour? Okay, aval mutar lefazer sukar al uga. Let's say that you needed to put some powdered sugar on your cake. You would be able to do this with a sifter. Biglal shehamatara, the purpose of this sifting, היא לא להפריד בין החיטה והפסולת, אלא סתם לפזר את הסוכר. Now, this melacha might not be allowed because of something we're going to learn later about putting the finishing touch on an object, but we'll talk about that later. For the cases of sifting, this action is mutar. Okay, אז אחרי שהם עשו meraked, so we had tochen and meraked, עכשיו יש לנו קמח, ואנחנו חייבים לעשות מזה עיסה. עיסה means to make it into a dough. So, כדי לעשות את זה, we have to do lash. Lash באנגלית is kneading. Kneading מדבר על עירוב, a mixture, של מוצק ונוזל, a mixture of a liquid and a solid, והפיכת לעיסה, and turning it into a dough or a paste, into one solid piece, okay? So, עשינו את זה הרבה פעמים בחיים שלנו, או באוכל או לא באוכל. I'll give you some examples, right? So, turning flour, mixing it with a liquid and making it a dough is considered lash, okay? So, over here, let's see, there's a very interesting technique here where you make wells בתוך הקמח כדי לשים את הנוזל, to pour the liquid, right? And that helps you mix in the liquid a little bit more lightly, okay? אז אנחנו נראה שיותר נוזל עוזר לעיסה. More liquid is going to help your dough build itself. So we see how he's mixing up the egg and the milk with the flour and slowly creating a paste or a dough. Okay, so this would be asur b'Shabbat. Now, halacha lema'aseh, we have our tzmachim for our yeriot, we have our chita, okay? That was kesher mishkan, sorry. Our halacha lema'aseh, asur liblol motek minozel b'yachad. You cannot mix a liquid and a solid together, kemo afad b'mayim. For example, mixing sand with water or mixing dirt with water in order to make mud would be a problem. Or be'asiyat beton, which is cement. Making cement would be mixing certain types of powdered minerals with water. Okay, so this would be asur b'Shabbat. So we're not making mud pies or anything like that, or even let's say if you were to put on a skincare mask that was made, it's a powdered mask and you have to mix it in a bowl with water until it becomes a paste, that would be a problem to do on Shabbat, okay? And this is a continuation of the kneading here, and now we see that it's a perfectly formed ball, okay? אחרון חביב, אחרי שאנחנו לשים את הקמח בתוך המים, חייבים לאפות או לבשל את הלחם, okay? So the definition, ההגדרה של Ofeh or בישול, זה פעולה, an action, המשנה, that changes, באמצעות חום, using heat as the middleman, מאכלים או משקאות. So an action that using heat changes the state of food or of drinks. Okay? So אנחנו יודעים שהחום של התנור, of the oven or of the stove, changes something from being raw to being cooked, right? When you put things in the oven, they don't come out looking the same as they did before. So if you put in raw dough, it comes out completely baked. If you put in raw meat, it comes out cooked. You put in raw vegetables, it comes out shriveled and it looks different. This is because the heat heats up the molecules and it has a different effect on each one of these different foods, okay? So here we can see a cool little video, okay? על כמה דברים שהם בתוך האוven. Right? And we see that this is kind of like a camera on the oven, and it's just showing how these different things are expanding because of the heat and turning golden brown. Right? Puff pastry puffs up really, really high. Okay, so this is our isur of Ofeh. Our kesher mishkan, again, legadel tzmachim. Okay, be'inyan hatzmachim, with the plants that they used for the dye, they would boil the paste that they had ground it up all together. They would boil it in hot water to make a dye. Legadel chita, they would put the dough ha'isa shel ha'chita, hakemach ve'hamayim, betoch tanur, k'deh le'efot et zeh. So our halacha lema'aseh is as follows. We have two. Asur lasim davar lach al plata. So a plata is this hot plate that some of us call a blech. Okay. Now the problem with putting liquid, davar lach is talking about something wet, which means a liquid, right? So if I have a soup that I already cooked and then I put the soup in the refrigerator, it turns cold. Once I put something cold on something this hot, like the plata, it can reach boiling point again. And the Fiach Chachamim, ze bishul. This liquid going back up in temperature and reaching a boiling point is a problem of bishul. Therefore, usually on Saturdays, people may not have, let's say, their kibbeh hamda, and the way that they might heat it up is they would remove all the liquid from the kibbeh hamda, let's say, and just put some of the vegetables and the kibbeh balls in a separate bowl and heat that up. Or what you could actually do is if your blech is on a timer and your timer is set to go off at 10 in the morning, you can technically put your kibbeh hamda with the liquid on the blech before it turns on, and then it wouldn't be a problem. Secondly, asur liftoach mayim chamim b'Shabbat. You absolutely cannot turn any hot water on Shabbat. And the reason is as follows. When you turn on a hot faucet in your sink or in your shower, what's happening is that this, which is a boiler that everyone has in their home, this is usually filled up with boiled water. And when you turn on the hot water, it removes the water from the boiler and it comes out of your faucet. Now, how does that get refilled? Well, cold water comes back into the boiler and is reboiled. So every time you're using the hot water in your house, somewhere your boiler, usually in the basement or in the back of the house, is boiling fresh cold water. And like we just said earlier, boiling water on Shabbat is considered bishul. So this would be asur on Shabbat. אוקיי? אז לחזור, עמד